All right, we've got head coach Pat Noonan following tonight's win in Game 3, 2-1 over the Columbus Crew. Coach, you want to start with your thoughts on the result?
Fun ending to the night. It was nice to see the fans enjoy that moment with the players and staff members. So it was certainly an important step in our goal to go win a trophy. So really pleased for how everybody is feeling in the moment, and we'll enjoy it and then put our heads down and go again.
We'll start with questions here with Carter. If you have one, please indicate by raising your hand.
Pat, congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you think it says? I guess I'll start by asking, what does it think it says about this group to come back after the loss in Game 2, come out strong, and then keep coming back even after going down to not only equalize but then win it in regulation?
You can't feel sorry for yourself when things don't go your way. From our last performance to how we conceded the goal. And, in that moment, maybe guys can, argue about it, what our thoughts are, and should it count or not. We put our heads down and played and got the momentum back quickly, which was important. I think that was a key moment. But, they've done it all year. I'm almost tired of talking about it like it's a surprise because sure, we have poor nights like everybody, and we don't get things right, but they typically have a way about them that says we'll go figure it out in a better way next time. Was it perfect tonight? No, but they get to experience a good ending to the night because of the work that they're putting in and the mentality of the group.
Brenner gets both goals tonight. He was brought in this summer to be a difference maker. He seems to have done that tonight. Could you share a little bit of your thoughts on his performance tonight, but also what he's brought to the group and to be able to earn this result?
Well, two big moments. There was a period where he came over to the sideline and was asking what the change was going to be, if any, structurally, and who was coming off, and I said it was him, and he gave me a look like, please tell me you're joking. So, but he said, I'm going to score another goal. So he held up his end of the bargain on that one, and I think with the ball provided our important moments. Defensively was challenged, and we challenged him at halftime. Moreira was getting behind him too often, and he needed to be in better defensive positionings, and there was some improvement there, but he was tested. So as far as since he's returned, he's been excellent, just performance-wise. Wanting to help our team. He's been an important piece, and tonight came up big.
We'll go to Laurel, then Pat.
I know that every season is its own entity, but does it feel like you guys exercised some demons tonight, just for you guys, the staff and the players that were here in 2023, also there for the first round exit last year? Does it feel that? No.
I mean, maybe for others, but the goal wasn't to win our first round series. It happened to be against Columbus. It was a very strong team. So 2 years ago was a long time ago. A lot has happened, and unless we're playing in the final game and winning, it's always going to feel like that. We have expectations to be in that game and win trophies. So when that doesn't happen, there will always be disappointment. And while the feeling is very important for everybody, within the club, the fans, this isn't the end goal. It's just unique how, we're able to get over this hurdle. And hopefully we can ride some momentum, have a good couple weeks and prepare for our next opponent in a good way and not think that we've accomplished our goal.
You mentioned a conversation with Brenner about substitutions. You did take Kevin out when it was still 1-1. And I guess how difficult was that decision? But then seeing Jabari, kind of how he, was kind of that target man that helped with that second goal. Can you talk a little bit about just that decision and how it paid off for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, no offense to Kevin or any of our guys. If you look at the bench, we got firepower. We got guys that can come and help us. And it's not always like for like, but we felt like Ayub could really help with stretching the game, with holding up the ball. I thought there was, between Brenner and Kevin, maybe we leave Kevin on and take Brenner off. But I thought with Ayub defensively in that position, it might be challenging for him. And I thought Brenner was doing a better job. So that was kind of the decision there. Kevin, he just looked like he was, I wouldn't say running out of gas, but there was fatigue because he put a lot into the first, 75, whatever it was. So, it's not hard when you feel the guys that are coming in can impact the game in a positive way. Forget the name of the player coming off the field. We have a strong team and strong options, and that was the decision.
We'll go here to Pat and then to Damon.
Congrats.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thanks.
Welcome back.
Everyone watching is like,
Yeah,
who is he
good,
talking
you
about?
deserve it.
Thanks.
Pat Brennan.
Right, thank you. Pat Noonan, when you were hired here and you look at the roster, you're probably imagining nights like tonight with Brenner. And then, good season in 22. I think it's well documented. Things obviously soured, but he's back. What strikes you about having a night like this with him?
Yeah.
Years down the line, is it funny to you? Is it kind of crazy?
It's
I
a
guess?
little wild. He's matured, and when he left, that was something that needed to improve in his game, in his life, and I think that experience for him was important for us to see what we're seeing right now. And it's his job to not get complacent, to not get comfortable, and to continue to push himself. And it's our job to continue to demand this level, because he's been pretty consistent since he's returned. And he's happier, he's smiling a lot. And like I said, he wants to help, and he's doing it the right way.
It's been about 2 years since you were able to get this team through to the semifinal round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. How important is that for yourself, the organization, to go on a run?
Like I said, it's the goal. How you get there, it's happened in different ways. 22 was on the road in Philly. 23 is here, and we've spoken about that too much for my liking, but it's a part of our history, unfortunately. Last year in the shootout against New York City. So it's hard, and the reason it's so disappointing is because we've gotten here each year and we have high expectations, and we haven't always met those expectations, especially in the playoffs. So while this is such a special moment for the players and the staff members that have been here and the fans, I don't want anybody to get comfortable and settle because we beat a really strong team. We're going to have to go do it again, and then again, and then again. So it's not getting any easier, and I'm just pleased in the moment that everybody can, maybe take a deep breath and say, okay, we saw something in that team that, gives us the belief that we need to go on that run.
We'll go to Damon and then back here.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Ender Echenike had a really big night, especially going up against Max Arfson a lot of the night. Can you just talk about how important his game-changing speed and ability are?
Well, you could see the threat behind. Speed can be so impactful when you're trying to attack space when it's there, and he does that in a good way. But also, sometimes it's about using that isolation to move the group up the field, because it's not always an attacking moment. It's not always a moment to go to goal, and that's where I think in the first half we rushed a lot of plays in the final third. It's tempting because the space is there, and he's got speed and he wants to go to goal fast, but having the right decision making to say, okay, now I don't have the numbers in front of goal. Let's step on the ball and keep possession. I think in general we played too fast in the final third, and when it wasn't working out, then we were, their ability to then, at least keep possession or get out in transition, I think the tempo was too high to maintain for 90 minutes, so we needed to slow it down at times. But I'm interested to see what his running numbers are because he put in a shift. He was a constant threat, like you said, with that matchup. But defensively, he made a lot of plays as well. So that part of his game is continuing to grow and improve. And I think that's always a strong sign of a young player in a playoff game with that atmosphere and more pressure to perform the way he did.
Go to Marshall, then Antonio.
Coach, congrats. In the last 9 minutes of stoppage time, I felt like Columbus was constantly applying pressure on you guys. The fact that your defense was able to, bend, not break, come away with their season backs against the wall and not let up a goal. Yeah. What did you learn about them tonight?
The end of the game, of the last 9 minutes, like you said, you go into a little bit of protect mode because you want to make sure that you don't leave yourself exposed. Having said that, they were still getting down, our left side too easily. I think tired legs, but also just being able to get pressure to the ball in wide areas and move the group together to force them to play in a negative way and step our lines. I haven't seen how close some of those plays, some of those moments to goal were. So, but the idea is it's to be stable, but not take on so much pressure that it's bend, don't break. And I think we've succeeded in those moments previously. But I can tell you it's not comforting. It's how can we have the right structure to defend against the ball to, defend the ball further from goal, and then also have moments to get out in transition and stretch the game. But like I said, it was protect mode for some guys, and there were some really tired legs, and they put on 3 fresh bodies at the end and really pushed it. So, and that's one of their strengths. But credit to the guys that they were able to withstand that and, get the win.
Caleb.
Hey, Pat, congrats, man.
Thank you.
Watching in the minutes after the final whistle, the celebration, you could tell that it meant something to the people in here. Was there something specific that you had your eye on, or an interaction that stuck out to you? Like, what were you feeling in that moment? Or
My
watching?
wife's never on the field after the game, and I saw her, so that was strange to see. But I always enjoy the families on the field after the game, and the players, staff members being with their loved ones. That I think is special. How many fans stuck around? That was different, and their energy, their support all night was electric. That's a lot of people that come and play games here. Other teams, they talk about this environment and how special it is and how lucky we are, because not everybody gets that. And so seeing the fans stick around was pretty cool. And then just it felt like all the staff members, everybody on the field, ownership, being able to share that moment with Carl and Scott, George, their families, David Thompson, Jeff, Birding, all these people that put so much investment, so much time, resources into it. That was a big moment for them as well. So, yeah, it was fun.
We'll go to Antonio here and then Tito.
Coach Antonio Fernandez, congratulations on a great night.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on the reaction that the team had once Columbus scored? It was a very difficult moment because the team was pressuring, and the reaction of the team was amazing. What are your thoughts?
I think it was important to get the momentum back that quickly and not have a period of time go on where you're losing your confidence or your discipline or taking on more pressure. It's immediately we get the goal back and immediately we get the momentum back and settle the nerves a little bit. So that was very important, in the aftermath of that goal. So credit to those guys for how they managed the immediate stretch after we conceded the goal.
We'll go to the Zoom and Charlie Boehm and then to Tito.
Hey, Matt, can you hear me?
We got you.
Congrats and well done.
Thank you.
To follow on from your last answers, what does it mean to have this kind of night with the crowd and have them on behind you for the next round to have that higher seed. I'm sure that's key. And then if I could just also ask, I know it's not done yet, but Miami's ahead in the other game. Do you feel like maybe there's some unfinished business with that team after that Open Cup semifinal?
Man, we're really going back with these games of disappointment.
Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, we were talking about it. The fans were amazing tonight. Even before the game, you're looking up and you're just seeing, the orange. You're feeling the energy, and it's special. You try to take in those moments, and then, like I said before the game, go and perform for them. The result doesn't always go your way, but you want to make sure that you perform the right way, and make them proud. And I think the guys did that tonight. As far as next opponent, whoever we face, it'll be tough, and the guys will be excited. I'm sure have a couple days here to regroup. That was a long 3-week period to advance. But whether it's Miami or Nashville, it's going to be another tough challenge, and hopefully we can put a similar performance, if not better, together to move on.
And last one here, we'll go to Tito.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations for the great results for this city. This is Gol Cincinnati, a Spanish media. Perdone y disculpe por alguna observación y pregunta. El resultado es fantástico, pero hay dos jugadas puntuales en mi cabeza que dañaron de una manera al equipo. La semana pasada, un balón largo para Cubo. Cubo no es defensa y le ganan la espalda y se gana la tarjeta roja y se vino la goleada. Y hoy otro balón largo para Orellano, que no es defensor, y le ganan la espalda y también es un gol y pone a temblar a la afición.
Coach, congrats on the result tonight. Obviously, a great result overall, but two moments that stick out from Game 2 and then Game 3. In Game 2, the ball over the top for Kubo, who obviously is a natural defenseman, makes the foul. And then tonight in Game 3, they get their goal with the ball over the top. What are your observations about that trend from those two games?
Yeah, what I said after the second game was we didn't handle direct play well enough, and that's where the goals came from. Certainly tonight, when I'm looking at our feed, I thought our line was intact in a good way, but I guess if you're putting them in an offside position, which it looked like, to me that's the guys doing their job. However, how we got pressure or weren't able to get pressure to the ball was the difference of them being able to attack the space behind, and that's how we utilized Kevin, Ayub. There was a couple moments where when Zawadzki was pushed wide, a midfielder getting pressure to Schulte because he took the space in ways where now they're going to change their speeds and run behind and get the timing right, and that's one of their strengths. They do that well. We talk a lot about the ability for them to move the ball on the ground, but when they can play direct and play behind, there's purpose to it, and it's difficult to deal with. So it's something we'll look at. Games always look different from round to round, team to team. So hopefully it's a lesson as far as keeping our line intact, and then body shape to be able to drop at the right time and then defend the box, because it's not just about who's receiving it in the wide areas. It's how you sprint to goal to defend the cross, and that's where we can be better as well.